and it looked like Caitlin Clark has landed her first speaking gig of the offseason.
And get this, Caitlin Clark didn't even wait for the confetti to drop. She's already locked in a huge off-season gig. What's crazy is, it has nothing to do with basketball. While the rest of the WNBA is totally caught up in CBA drama and front office issues, Clark is out here chasing microphones and raking in six-figure speaking checks. Forget layups and assists, she's monetizing her voice like it's her new jump shot. She's not even doing sneaker deals or commercials yet, just paid appearances. Big money just to talk. So now, the big question around the league is, are players mad at her, or are they just super envious? Because everyone else is talking about change, but Caitlin Clark is already out here making serious bank from it.
This conversations last offseason was Caitlin Clark $100,000 an hour speaking gigs. Well, I'm here to tell you, she is not taking long getting back to work, raking in the cash because she has landed.
And this isn't just some casual high school gym appearance, okay? We're talking about huge corporate events. These places are cutting six-figure checks just to get Caitlin Clark to grab a mic. Remember last offseason when people thought it was a joke that she supposedly charged around $100,000 per speech? Well, then the bookings just started pouring in super fast. Now, barely a month after the season ended, she's already back on this circuit. It just proves all that hype wasn't just luck. It's pure leverage. While the WNBA is trying to sort out all their leadership drama and CBA debates, Caitlin is quietly turning her offseason into a total business masterclass. She's not just cashing checks. She's really building a massive brand. And honestly, the league probably found out about it the same way we all did, from Twitter headlines.
Need the money to do unrivaled. She's landing $100K to speak to speak for companies and represent companies all over the country. She's not hurting for cash, and I just think this is just the coolest thing ever that Caitlin Clark is able.
So, here's the official scoop. Caitlin Clark has just been named the headline speaker for the Long Island Association's Fall Conference. And let's be real, Long Island isn't just any random stop. That's where all the old money and big business comes together. She's going to join President Matt Cohen to chat about her record-breaking career. Plus, they'll talk about her huge influence on the women's game and how she's really shaping sports culture way beyond the basketball court. The bottom line, Clark isn't just another athlete cashing in. She's literally the face of this whole movement. And the WNBA definitely knows she's their biggest asset.
So it looked like Caitlin Clark is headed to Long Island Association, bro. So it stated Long Island Association joined the Long Island Association's president and CEO, Matt Cohen, moderates a special conversation with Caitlin Clark discussing her record-breaking performances, impact, and cultural influence on October the 29th at 10:30 to 12:30 in New York.
Look, this isn't some little charity appearance either. This is a full-blown corporate event. Tickets are super limited. Sponsorships? Wide open. And the venue? It's the ultra-exclusive Holly Country Club. That's a place where broke isn't even in their vocabulary. So yeah, Caitlin Clark is getting paid, and she's getting paid big. But here's where it gets wild. Fans are loving it, but the WNBA front office is quietly panicking. Think about it for a second. When your biggest star makes in 1 hour what half your entire roster earns in a whole month, that's not just awkward, that's a crisis, for real. The average WNBA player makes around $120,000 a year. Caitlin can match that with just one speaking engagement. She doesn't even have to lace up her shoes. No fouls, no elbows, no refs, pretending they didn't see anything. Just clean AC, microphones, and applause. Meanwhile, Kathy Engelbert is probably pacing a boardroom floor, totally stressed, trying to figure out how to stop a potential player lockout. The contrast couldn't be any sharper. Some players are out there demanding better pay, while Caitlin is quietly proving she doesn't even need the league to thrive. Now, let's be super clear. Caitlin's not walking away from basketball. But this move, it sends a really loud message. Her brand is just way bigger than the WNBA itself. And honestly, that's what's got everyone so nervous. Because when one player's face can sell out arenas and dominate sponsorships, a super uncomfortable question pops up. Do companies actually need the league, or do they just need her? That's the nightmare the WNBA cannot afford to wake up to.
With working back to full health, Steph mentioned that it was kind of baby steps and getting back and making sure you don't lose what you've worked on this season. Just what are your plans for the off season and possibly playing or just doing individual workouts?
Yeah, I mean, probably take a little bit of a break here, just for maybe a week. I don't really want to lose a ton of the stuff I've worked on, and just trying to get my body back to full health. There's some USA basketball stuff I need to get ready for, and I need to be able to find some runs and some ways to play 5-on-5, just so I can kind of get that feel back. And but more than anything, I think my main focus is really just getting my body healthy. And once we get back to 5-on-5, like just being able to test my body and make sure I know it's in a good spot where it's going to be able to hold up with everything that, we think we've corrected or we think we've worked on, to be able to know I'm in a really good spot there. And, when you go through injuries, especially in my scenario where it's been a few of the reoccurring kind of bouncing around, which isn't necessarily uncommon in my situation just because of compensation, and when you're dealing with things in that groin area, that just is kind of how it can go sometimes. I think it's important that you can become confident in your body again, and that's for anybody that goes through injury. So that's probably going to be my main focus is, just feeling 100% again, and then obviously, having that confidence in my body too.
This off-season gig with the Long Island Association, it's way more than just a side hustle. It's a calculated power move from Caitlin Clark. She's not just sitting around waiting for the WNBA to fix its image or sort out all their pay issues. Nope, she's out here building her own empire, one high-paying microphone at a time. And trust me, the numbers are massive. Corporate speakers at her level can pull in anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000. Do you really think companies are paying less for the most talked about athlete in women's sports? Not a chance. She's basically turning motivational speaking into a global brand. Think TED Talks, but with a jump shot. What's funny is how shocked people are pretending to be online. This is the same Caitlin Clark who turned college basketball into a national obsession, the one who had Iowa games trending higher than the NBA Finals, the same rookie who sold out every single away arena she played in. Did anyone seriously think she'd spend the offseason chilling on the couch? Please. She's cashing in while everyone else's PR teams are still arguing on Twitter. But here's why this really, really matters. While Caitlin's setting up these speaking tours, the WNBA is knee-deep in absolute chaos. Nafessa Collier is battling the commissioner. Aja Wilson is under fire for ref favoritism. And Kathy Engelbert, she's practically gone missing. The league desperately needed a positive headline, and Caitlin just delivered one. Except it doesn't belong to them. It's hers. That's the shift the league completely missed. Caitlin is defining her offseason, not the WNBA. She's too big to bench, too influential to silence, too marketable to control. She's showing everyone that fame can totally be turned into freedom, that you don't have to rely on the system when you can just build your own. And that's exactly what's shaking the WNBA to its core. Now, let's be real. Some folks in the media are already trying to twist this story. You'll see headlines like, Caitlin Clark chooses corporate over team unity. Bro, just stop. You can't be mad at someone for being smart. She's not abandoning basketball. She's actually expanding it. The season's over. She's not skipping practices or ignoring teammates. She's simply using her platform wisely, doing exactly what every pro athlete does when the lights go off for the season. NBA stars host camp. NFL players chase endorsement deals. Caitlin Clark gives speeches. The difference? She's getting paid what she's actually worth. That's not greed. That's pure value. And you know who understands that perfectly? The corporations writing those six-figure checks. They see something the WNBA sometimes overlooks. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a global brand. Her fan base stretches from Indiana to Iowa to Europe. Kids overseas are copying her shooting form, and parents are shelling out hundreds on her jerseys. That's real reach. That's serious influence. So when she lands a $100,000 speaking gig at a luxury golf club, it's not just about the money. It's a huge statement. She's reminding everyone her presence goes way beyond the court. Now, here's why the league is absolutely sweating. Whether they admit it or not, the WNBA's biggest surge this season came from one person, Caitlin Clark. When she played, ratings doubled. When she didn't, they dropped. That's not hype. That's just hard data. And now, their top moneymaker is hosting events they can't control, they can't promote, and they can't profit from. It's Caitlyn's world, and they're just renting space in it. The media can downplay it all they want, calling it just one event. But history tells a different story. 1 gig becomes 3. 3 becomes 10. By 2026, Caitlyn might be making more from her off-season speeches than her entire WNBA salary. And honestly, she's earned every single penny. You can't have one athlete carrying your entire league, fighting through dirty fouls, dealing with jealous teammates, and then expect her to sit quietly during the off-season. Caitlyn Clark is choosing peace and profit. Some people also wondered why she didn't join Unrivaled, that player-run off-season league started by Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart. The answer is super simple. She doesn't need to. Unrivaled is great for players looking to supplement their income, but Caitlyn's already making that kind of money, and more, without even risking injury. Why lace up for another league, when she can make the same, or more, giving a speech in heels instead of sneakers? That's just smart business. Work smarter, not harder. This move proves Caitlyn isn't just an athlete, she's a brand. A businesswoman who totally understands her worth. And for those saying she should use her platform to help other players, she already is. By setting an example, she's showing every young athlete that you don't need to wait for the league's permission to succeed. You can build your own empire. And that's exactly what scares the WNBA. Because the moment players realize they don't need the system to make real money, the system totally loses control. And Caitlyn Clark just showed them how it's done. Shaq did it. Kobe did it. Serena did it. Now Caitlyn Clark is doing it her own way. And make no mistake, this is just the beginning. Her Long Island Association appearance isn't just a big payday. It's a clear signal to sponsors that she's open for business. Next, expect the dominoes to fall. A new Nike campaign, maybe a Netflix documentary, maybe even her own basketball academy. All of it happening outside the WNBA's control. Meanwhile, the league's PR team is busy tweeting about unity and growth. Cute slogans, I guess. But unity doesn't pay rent, and Caitlyn's not waiting around for anyone to cut her a check. She's cashing them herself. Here's the truly poetic part. Her Long Island gig is set for October 29th, just days before the WNBA's CBA expires. While the league braces for possible lockouts and contract chaos, Caitlyn Clark will be sitting at a luxury golf club in New York, talking about leadership and success to a room full of millionaires. You already know what the headlines will say. WNBA faces lockout as Caitlyn Clark thrives outside the league. And here's the truth. No matter what happens, she wins. If there's a lockout, she keeps earning. If there's not, she returns richer and even more powerful. Either way, Caitlyn Clark just keeps on winning. And that's exactly what the WNBA simply cannot handle. Right now, the league feels like it's one bad headline away from falling apart. And Caitlyn Clark just keeps proving she doesn't need them to keep winning. She doesn't need favoritism, special calls, or inflated ratings. She's built on something far stronger. Universal respect. Even her critics respect her work ethic. She's polite, professional, marketable, and laser-focused. No petty comments, no drama, no cheap shots. She just lets her success speak for itself. That's what truly terrifies the league. When your biggest star can step outside the system and earn the same, or more, without even touching a basketball, it forces a super uncomfortable question. What if she decides not to come back? Imagine, if Caitlyn Clark ever took a break or signed overseas, WNBA ratings would nosedive overnight. And the best part, she wouldn't lose a single dime. Her value is just untouchable. So yeah, the WNBA is sweating bullets watching Caitlyn's name trend again. Not for her jump shot, but for her business moves. And the beauty of it all, she's not even addressing it. No tweets, no statements, no clapbacks, just quiet domination. The kind of power money can't buy, and the league can't control. She's too busy counting commas. Caitlyn Clark just turned her off-season into a business masterclass. While the WNBA wrestles with leadership drama and internal chaos, she's out here building a legacy that pays, whether she's on the court or not. Let's be real, Caitlyn's success doesn't just make money, it makes noise. Every move she makes becomes a headline. When she plays, people watch. When she speaks, people listen. When she so much as breathes, someone at ESPN is already writing about it. That's when you know she's reached a level no other WNBA player. And deep down, that's what really bothers the league. Because instead of seeing headlines like WNBA reaches new heights, in other ways, it's Caitlyn Clark breaks another record. Her name carries the product, not the other way around. She's turned herself into a global brand like Jordan, LeBron, or Serena. And the truth is, the WNBA was never built to handle someone this powerful. They want stars inside the system, not someone rewriting it. But Caitlin is the system now. She doesn't need the WNBA spotlight. It follows her everywhere she goes. So when she walks into that Long Island ballroom later this month, trading her jersey for a suit, everyone in that room will know they're not just seeing an athlete. They're witnessing a phenomenon.